Gabby, you went to the hospital today, right? How are your infertility treatments going? They should be doing the trick, right?
I'm sorry. Seems that things aren't going to plan with a lot of things.
You're going to the hospital I recommended to you, right? You never happened to change to a different place without telling me, correct? The doctor there is very well trained, and I just know he can do something about your disability.
Well, he is a bit powerful when speaking to him.
Well, he has a lot of faith in his ways, so of course he's going to be powerful and full of spirit. So even after getting you into a really good doctor, you still can't seem to have a baby? I wonder what's wrong with you.
I tried my best to research into it more, but nothing's coming of it.
Well, I've been waiting a while now for my grandkid to be born, and I'm growing a little impatient. Perhaps I was wrong letting my son marry a defect like you. If you've been going without any luck so far, maybe you're better off just becoming a man.
I have done a lot of research into what could be going wrong, but I really have not found any clues yet. I even went ahead and had all sorts of full-body exams done, but all of those came back saying I'm okay. So I have no idea why I can't have a baby.
You're a dead end, then.
Well, the doctor did say that it could be due to stress in the surrounding environment. So I think I'm going to relax a little and try to stop myself from thinking about all of this for a little while.
You really want to end this by saying you're a little too stressed, so that's why you can't have a baby?
No!
I'm sure you think I'm a loudmouth for always speaking to you about this, but I have to make sure that my son's wife will carry a child. If you want to start crying about how stressed you are, then please do that after my grandchild is born. You don't have to be home for the holidays this month, so just continue staying at the hospital and getting worked on.
Okay.
And until you have that baby, I'm not going to refer to you as my son's wife. Women only become wives the moment they bear their husband's child, after all. Understood.
Maybe this is all just due to me getting a little tired lately. The doctor did say that along with stress, having an exhausted body can slow your body down to the point that it will no longer aim for having a baby and that can get in the way. Would it be alright if I took a slight break from all of these hospital visits to let myself rest?
I'm not messing around when I say I want my grandkids. If you leave those appointments and don't continue to fix yourself, I'll never forgive you.
Okay.
You do realize that as you get older, the chances of becoming pregnant also drop drastically, so you don't have time to waste. So, the quicker you can show me a baby, the sooner I'll let you rest. Things aren't going well. Our situation has really changed, Gabby.
What's happened? It's rare for you to send me any messages while you're busy at work.
There was a really bad accident. Apparently, my mom passed out in her garden and fell really hard.
She fell?
Luckily, one of her neighbors was close by at the time and was able to get an ambulance over to her place as soon as she had seen her fall over. So, right now, Mom is at the hospital getting cared for.
How's she doing?
Well, it doesn't seem like it's anything life-threatening.
Well, at least that's a good thing to hear. Has anyone found out what caused this all to happen?
Seems that she may have suffered from a small stroke. But since the EMTs were there pretty quickly after the fall, she was able to get medicine in her right away to help with the clot. But she still has a chance of losing a lot of ability in her arms and legs.
Then, life after this is going to get pretty stressful for us all, huh? She was living on her own after all.
And that's why I've put a lot of thought into that. I think that having her go back to living on her own will be impossible.
So, what's the plan?
I knew that we'd have to do this at some point. But after this, I think it's time for the two of us to move into her house.
You mean to go live with her, right?
Gabby, I'd like for you to be the one to care for my mom.
You're not going to have her moved into an elderly home to be cared for? I heard that your grandpa had to be put in one a long time ago, and so I thought that's what you'd do for your mom this time.
I know that my grandpa had been in one for a very long time, but my dad never had to go to one.
Well, that's because your dad passed away from a heart attack and never had the chance to.
Well, what I'm getting at is my mom is still a bit young. I feel that having her in the house over going to an elderly home will be more relaxing for her. She'd love to have her family living with her again in the house I grew up in, right?
But if I'm going to be taking care of your mom, then what are we going to do about all of my infertility treatments?
I'd like you to continue those as well.
Having to go to the hospital all the time and take care of your mom seems pretty tough, though.
But us not having any kids is also a huge problem. I don't want to keep making all this money if it's not going to be used for our own kids. And I'm starting to get asked a lot of questions from all my friends and family.
Right. Well, I know that you want me to take care of your mom, but I'm not so sure that your mom is going to like me caring for her.
I know about the two of you not always getting along right now, but there's nobody else around to help her. And I have to go to work on weekdays, so I can't look after her.
Huh? You've known about this? About how your mom hates me?
Well, I can tell by the vibe you both give off.
Well, I would have really liked it if you would have tried to help me with her. She said a lot of horrible things about me for a long time now, and it sucked.
It's not really good for someone like me to get involved in my mom's and your drama. So I did my best to not get involved with you two.
I think you should have been trying to help me over thinking about that. I don't think your mom would care about you if you got involved because she's too focused on calling me names.
Well, she raised me with all her strength, so I don't want to give her a reason to hate me as well. I feel that even if she hates you, we can get by without me starting any more problems. And if she really hated you like you say she does, she would have asked me to divorce you or something by now.
I wonder if your mom is going to be as strong as she was before when talking to me. Having to live with her as well as listen to all of her awful remarks might become too much for me.
Just do your best to ignore her and move on. There is drama and crap like this in all households, so don't feel like you're the only one dealing with all of this.
I know that.
Then start getting things ready for us to move out of there. I'm still pretty busy today, so I'll only be good for hauling all our things out of the truck later.
You're not going to visit your mom in the hospital? You'll have to talk with the doctor still about what to do with her next, right?
Well, we should go see him about anything like that. Then how about you go to the hospital and deal with all of that? I am still in the middle of working on a project today, and so I don't have the time to head over and see her.
Not even enough time to go see her for 30 minutes there? If you don't come at least for a bit, your mom's going to get worried about you.
My mom is not the kind of person to be worried about me, you know. She wouldn't even care if I was gone for years. And besides, you're going to be the one caring for her after she's out of the hospital, so you should be the one to talk with her doctor. That way there's no miscommunication.
I wonder if I'll be okay with all of this.
I'm sure having to care for my mom is going to be a struggle, but you'll be fine going through treatments for our future baby as well. I'm sure that you've heard this from my mom before, but the life after having the baby will be 10 times harder than all of this.
Well, if I have a baby, you do realize that I probably won't be able to care for your mom anymore, right?
And when that time comes, we can think all of this through again. But for the time being, please think about my mom.
Good morning, Anne. I have to work on getting ready to move out of the house, so I'll be coming to see you tomorrow. Is there anything you want me to get you before I come?
Nothing. I have everything I need here. And anyway, are you both serious about coming to live with me?
Yes. And I know that your house is small, so it may be a little packed there now, but...
And I hear that Carl has you watching over me when I go home, huh?
That will be my job.
And who decided that for you?
He said that because I'm his wife, I should do it.
And I'm asking who said you could watch after me? You didn't want to do any of that, so my son forced it onto you, right?
Anne?
I don't need you to care for me. If I were you, I'd just leave me be and get out of here as quick as possible.
I'm not following.
I know that you've been wanting to leave my son and run away. And I tried my best to get you to hate me so that you could do just that. But now that I've had a stroke and can't care for myself, you're going to be forced to live with me and Carl for the rest of time.
What are you going on about right now?
I don't want you to come to my house. And if you still do come, you won't be able to run away. And I'll have a bunch of other friends and family here while you stay, so they'd never let you leave either.
Hold on a minute. You hate my guts, do you not? So that's why you want me to run away and divorce your son, right?
I don't hate you. And that's the reason I don't want you to come to my house. You should be picking up on what I mean by all of this now, right?
On what?
Having to continue to live with my son. For a while now, he should have been aware of you constantly taking crap from me whenever you and I would talk. Yet he never once came to help you.
Well, I'm aware of that.
In my house, there are a bunch of pictures hanging all around of the different men of the family, right? But you've never seen any pictures of the women of the family, right? Doesn't that seem strange to you?
Now that you mention it, I do kind of wonder about that.
That's because the women of our family never become happy. And to spare you from that, I want you to run away.
Then what was up with you always being rude to me?
I'm sorry that I had to say all of those things to you. I actually haven't really wanted you to give birth to my son's child. And so the doctor that I had you go and see for treatments is actually a fake. Well, not fake, but he never ever has helped anyone have a baby.
I should have known. That doctor was always talking a lot about my condition being complicated, but never actually did anything that seemed to help.
I thought that if you actually did start to carry a baby, you wouldn't be able to get away from the family. So I had to introduce you to the worst doctor. And I had assumed by all the stress you have had to deal with these past few months, you'd want to leave Carl. I'm sorry, Gabby.
But I see Carl as a pretty nice husband.
Well, that's how all the men in the family have been before they come back to their parents' house. I think that once you two start to live together in my home with me, it'll all be too late for you. So while you still have a little time, I'd get running.
Gabby, where the hell are you? And what have you written on this piece of paper? You even have divorce papers all over the counter.
I mean exactly as I've said on that piece of paper. I chose to divorce you and have left.
Why all of a sudden? You have to get ready to care for my mom, right?
And your mom told me that it'd be best if I divorced you.
Don't tell me that things only got worse between you two. I get it. I'll go talk with my mom right now and get her to apologize. And I'll make sure she never says anything bad to you again. So please come back.
Well, actually, I'm not upset with your mom, but you. Your mom was the one that told me to run away from you guys.
Run away? Why?
Your mom told me all about that. She told me that the women that live in your family are never happy with the life they have. And at first, she expected that you'd be different, and that's the reason she let me marry you and get close. But she soon realized that you're just like the others in your family, and so she had to let me know that.
What are you talking about, Gabby? When did I ever do anything wrong?
To make sure that I wouldn't run away from you before getting me to your family's house, you kept your true character hidden from me. But it seems that your true form has leaked out before you had a chance to catch me.
What?
You never ever helped me when your mom would pick on me. And when it came to my infertility, you continued to push me through the treatments even though they didn't work and your mom had fallen ill. When you really think about it, you never cared about me as the person I am, but just as a tool. And I really started to think on this after you had asked me to care for your mom.
What do you mean? It's normal for you to care for the family.
That's not it. I'm wondering why you never went to see your mom in the hospital.
I told you that I was busy with work, didn't I?
Why wouldn't you just let your mom go to an elderly home? You had your grandpa put in one years ago. Seems to me that all the men in the family are allowed to be cared for, but when it comes to the women, they have to care for each other. Is that because you guys don't want to spend any money on women?
What the hell has my mom been telling you? I'd never do anything like that to you or any woman.
You don't have to try and keep hiding it. I already know. Your mom told me that she wants to be the last woman in her family to have to deal with the men oppressing her. She told me the only reason she picked on me was to see if you'd come to my rescue. And she was hoping that since you didn't, I'd want to divorce you and run away.
I think my mom is just messing with you still. And after having that stroke, I'm sure her head isn't in the right place anymore. So you shouldn't listen to anything else she says.
If I leave, you're going to have to be the one to care for your mom, right?
I have to?
Well, you're the only kid after all, and there won't be anyone else for you to push that work onto.
No, I'm not that great.
Well, if you can't do it, then you'll have to put her into a home. But if you do that, you'll have to spend money on her, and then you'll not be making as much money as you have been. Back when your grandpa had to be in the elderly home, it cost you guys a lot of money, right?
But I won't be able to care for her on my own.
Well, if you put her into a home, I'm sure she'll be super thankful for that. She doesn't want to live with you any longer, she said.
She doesn't?
Well, didn't you notice that she's hated being around you guys? She's had to live through generations of the women being oppressed in that household. And you showed her that you plan to do the same thing. So, she has really been against you for a while now.
What's wrong with you? Stop trying to say such horrible things about my family.
Well, what makes you think I'd like to join a household like that when I know that you think the same misogynistic things as your dad and grandpa did? It was pure luck that I was never able to have a kid with you. It makes divorcing you a breeze, and also helps stop people like you from repopulating.
What is all this crap I'm listening to from you? Acting all high and mighty for a woman. You'd better watch yourself.
So it's finally time I get to see the true you. People like you that act like you're better than women are best off hiding that from the rest of the world. And so to keep all other women safe, don't ever try and get married again.
Gabby, have you forgotten how much I sacrificed to take care of you?
Well, it's the 21st century now. Us women can work our own jobs and care for ourselves. I should have known something was up the day you told me not to work. I sure wanted to, but you said that our house needed work and that it would be much easier on you if I just stayed inside and cooked all the meals. Just the way your mom did for all of you.
Why are you trying to fight me? The only reason you women are even around still is because you latch on to us men like parasites, asking for us to care for you and work our butts off so that you'll be happy. Papa and Dad both said the same thing about you all.
They sure did a good job turning you into a misogynist. Makes me want to vomit. I'm glad I chose to not stay married to you any longer. And once I'm out of your life, please make sure that you don't find any other women to try and pass on your genes with.
Well, I don't accept us getting divorced.
Well, if that's the case, then come to me and you can talk to my lawyer. We've already talked about you having things against women, and I've been told that'll be a good enough reason to leave you behind.
Why have you been so mouthy to me? Do you really hate me that much? Before you had always been saying to me that you want to have kids with me.
And I still do want to have kids. But it's not going to be with a man like you.
But what makes you think it's a good idea to just throw me away and run? Are you just giving up on becoming a good wife?
Well, I don't have it in me to become the helper inside your parents' home doing everything to make you happy. So instead of letting this go on any longer, I'm going to make sure those horrible views on women of yours don't get to escape your family. That's not such a bad reason for leaving, right? Once I had told Carl everything about the way things were going to be now, I was able to divorce him and save myself from ever having to live in his family's house. And of course, after I had left them, Carl was not going to be able to care for his mom at home, and so he had her sent into an elderly home. After the divorce, I did go to see Anne another time to talk with her. She has made sure that her son can't come see her there anymore, and told me that she can finally rest easy knowing that she'll be in the care of people that actually care for her. And when I told her that her son would have to live with less money now since he had to pay for her to stay there, we both burst out laughing. Apparently, Carl has started to live alone in his parents' house now, but he doesn't have any of the skills to care for himself while there. And because of that, the once clean yet somewhat old home has now turned into a trash heap that everyone in the neighborhood complains about. I bet that him living in conditions like that will help other women know that he probably can't take care of himself, and that they need to stay as far away as possible from him. As for me, recently I have found a new man, and we just happened to get married. And surprisingly, we were able to make a baby together on our first try. It's crazy that with all the treatments I had gotten last time, I still wasn't able to have a baby with Carl. But for some reason, I get this feeling that maybe Anne had the doctor give me something that helped me not have a chance of getting pregnant with her son. Like birth control or something. I bet all of her plan working out for her in the end was met with a huge sigh of relief. And Anne was finally able to stop the generations of oppression that ruined the lives of the women in that family. Now I'm going to stop thinking about all of what happened now, as I have a new family to focus on, where everyone in the house is treated equally. Thank you for watching and listening. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Also, feel free to leave a comment about what you thought of the story. We look forward to seeing you at the next story.